Hi, everyone, and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be going over the esports industry. Esports has apparently had a couple layoffs a couple months ago, and then I just wanted to look into what's the future of esports. Is it dwindling? Are we going to be seeing this mass surgence of it, or is it going to kind of just fall to the wayside? So, without further ado, let's kind of get into what's coming up for the esports industry. So, quick reminders as I'm saying again, remember everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinion, psychic downloads, and the such. If you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, yeah, that's what I got on that. Quick reminders, if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, you guys can do so using my website link in the description box down below. Otherwise, if you want to see videos like this early and kind of have maybe more of your suggestions uh, come to life, or you want to see maybe readings that might not be as popular online, you can join my YouTube memberships, where I'm going to be starting some members only content over there, as well as people will be able to win a free reading from me, where you can, I think we're going to go with a half hour. You could win a half hour reading from me for free. So, with that, let's kind of just get into uh, what's kind of going on with the esports industry as a whole. So, first thing I'm feeling is like I'm seeing it feels heavy. Like is feeling the energy around the esports industry, it's heavy. It's like a weight that we're carrying, but it's like we haven't figured out how to make it light, not even just lighter, but just it's dark, it's heavy, it's almost like it's a burden that we're not sure if we want to carry. Let's see what the cards have to say here. So we have the Sun card reversed. So there's definitely some unhappiness, I feel like, in the esports industry currently. People aren't happy with maybe the direction it's going, the how sponsors, how people are kind of looking at it. There's definitely a sense of unhappiness with the Sun reversed. Why is this? The Hanged Man. Hmm. Uh, so it's because we're seeing things from a new perspective. I'm wondering here, because of the pandemic, we were all inside, glued to our phones, glued to the internet. There was a huge surgence of it. However, we're now seeing, I think the reality of the situation of the esports industry seems to be settling in a little bit more. The Sun reversed with the Hanged Man. So there's unhappiness because we're seeing it from a different light. We're seeing this industry from a different light. We're seeing things, uh, sponsors, people, places, things, the games themselves. Uh, there's unhappiness, it feels like, from a bunch of different aspects too, because people, I'm almost thinking like there was a false narrative, it almost feels like that was like shown out there. Financial influences on the situation, yeah, they were sold a false narrative, or they feel like, or it feels like investors were sold a false narrative. The High Priestess reversed, it's like when it comes to money, it's like you inflated numbers, the numbers kind of aren't exactly where they thought they would be. It's like the industry's taking a little bit more time to get off the ground. Because like what I'm seeing in my head is like, why are we not seeing esports on like national networks like ESPN, or on like cable television? Uh, because it feels like that's not. It's like that's where they thought they would be probably by now. We'd be getting TV deals, we'd be getting branding deals. I feel like this is a little bit more of like a grassroots type of industry than what maybe big investors or people at the top were thinking. It's like, why are we not getting big deals from, say, like YouTube, like from YouTube TV, or like Direct TV, Hulu? Like, it's like we're trying to figure out why those deals haven't kind of come into place, versus, or like even getting on like national TV with like CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. Like, why are like it feels like there's that disconnect. We were sold a false narrative. Hopes and fears here is the Judgment. It feels like we're wanting more eyes and more people to be looking at the esports industry in general. So the judgment card here makes me feel like, yeah, we like the hope here is like we want more people to see it. We want more people to judge it, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. However, like the fear here is that maybe this isn't, it's like we're afraid of the judgment in the case of people, places, things are going to get scrutinized, and we're going to be like, why the heck is this on TV? The other piece is we just want this on TV so people can know about this more. I'm definitely seeing they want more of a TV aspect to it. Hmm. The unseen obstacle here, though, is the lovers reversed. People, the audience that I think that they might be trying to entertain, might not be on these regular TV networks. That I think that's really the direction that these people at the higher ups want to take it. Is like we want TV deals, we want cable deals, and the audience that has been cultivated for the esports industry isn't on those networks, isn't on those, they aren't on those channels. It feels like the lovers card reverse is like we were expecting more people to be in love with it, but more people are disconnected from it, or people are kind of leaving the industry more than coming into it at this point in time, or according to their timelines. The challenge here is the Hierophant. There's also like commitment issues. So when I'm seeing with commitment issues, I would see this almost as people like sponsors aren't committing for the long term. There's people who aren't seeing the longevity of it. People because it almost feels that individuals are like, okay, we'll do a 1 year deal, and then after 1 year deal, then they're like, this was it wasn't what they expected or not what they were sold. And so they're like, okay, we can't commit for another year because what they were sold versus what they experienced is almost like two different parallels. It's like they inflated something bigger than what it was. What's going for this industry though is the Wheel of Fortune. It's just taking a little bit more time than what has been projected. Wheel of Fortune here is still, it's a gold mine, it's a windfall, it's a good luck, good opportunity for people to get into. Uh, so do I see it as it feels like there's maybe going to be even some restructures coming here soon to the esports industry, and tampering expectations I think is the big thing here. It's still a great opportunity. It's a great industry to get into if you're looking to do any sort of streaming, or if you're looking to be like a long-term sponsor. I think there's just a way to restructure your deals with like esports teams and the esports league or network, because I don't know if there's like an esports league. I know it might be by like game. I think there's like a World of Warcraft one. There's League of Legends, uh, and like I think Overwatch has one. So like I think it's like been dedicated by game. However, I don't know if there's like a big organizational umbrella for like esports in general. But it feels like if they would do that, it would be helpful to then you have a point of contact instead of different games that you need to do. You now just go to the one organization. Yes, that causes its own issues, but it's going to be more sponsor friendly, and more network friendly as well. Because here in the past, the strength card, they were looking, it's a very strong industry. It's got a lot of potential. It's coming out swinging, and it's going to be hard to take down here. And then here in the future, the justice card reversed. I don't know if there have been like backroom dealings or things of the such, but however, this is also feeling like people aren't making wise decisions when it comes to the esports industry. Is it a great opportunity? Yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity. However, there's decisions being made now that don't seem to be friendly to others. So, a great example that I'm kind of coming up in my head here of it feels like there needs to be a esports umbrella. And if there isn't, there should be one. Reason being, look at it from like an NFL perspective, or even a ML. Yeah, it's like National Football League. They have two different leagues. They have the American Football League and they have the National Football League. But they're the major umbrella that kind of governs both of them. And that's what it kind of feels like here, because it makes them easy, it makes them networkable as well. Uh, and it's just so much easier for sponsors to go to one point of contact and TV people to go to one point of contact instead of it being by game. I think it's like you got to go by industry now, because esports is turning into a player alongside the NFL, the MLB, at least in America, football, NBA. Like it's turning into one of those, and it's like we need to have a strong network that now works for the teams and the leagues. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here a little bit. Let's just get some other additional information here. So we have the moon. So things are going to be revealed here soon. I think about this, the esports industry as well, with the star falling out of fame and or power, the chariot not moving forward, and the death card to force death and rebirth. Whatever is going on within the industry, it feels like we're going to have, it feels like an implosion a little bit here, because putting it all together is the devil reversed. Yeah. So it does feel like there is an implosion coming for the esports industry in total. With the devil card here reversed, it makes me do feel like we're getting away. I don't know if there's like corruption or allegedly, or if we have just some bad wheelers and dealers at the top. It definitely feels like there is an implosion of the industry as a whole. So because there's maybe been bad deals, bad people with malicious intent that is kind of coming in and has been inflating things, selling false narratives, and now that's going to get exposed with that moon card up, right? So as things get exposed, we can now implode to rebuild. Okay, that's what this kind of feels like here a little bit, just overall in the general sense of the esports industry. All right, guys. Okay, next I want to look a little bit more specifically into just the different aspects of the industry, because I want to see the challenges that the industry is kind of facing. I want to go kind of more specifically into that. I want to see what's more specifically, yeah, let's take a look at, like, just going to do that really quick, but let's take a look here. What is kind of the biggest challenge that the esports industry is facing at the current moment? Because it does feel like there might be a little bit of an implosion coming on, but like, what's really kind of going on here? What's their biggest challenge as it pertains to just moving forward at a very steady pace? Alrighty. Let's just take a look. What is the biggest challenge that the esports industry is facing? And in my head, I'm hearing sponsors, but we'll see. Let's take a look here. So, what is the biggest challenge the esports industry as a whole is facing? The Justice card reversed. There is corruption at the top. There's corruption throughout it. People are not making good decisions. That is the biggest challenge the esports industry is facing. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's maybe just a specific game. I don't know if it's maybe but looking at it here with the Justice card reverse, there is corruption at the top in some way, shape, or form. Why is this? The Queen of Cups. Someone is manipulating. I don't even know manipulating, but someone's inflating numbers or using people's emotions to get what they want. I don't know where this is coming from specifically. I don't know the esports industry like everyone else. I'm kind of going into a little bit blind with everything that I know, but again, here with the Justice card reversed with this Queen of Cups, someone's kind of using bad decision making or corruption at the top to kind of get what they want here at the end. Financial influences, because they're looking at it from an old perspective. This is an investor, potentially, allegedly. So it seems like it's almost like an investor or someone at the top is like, this is how it's been done for every other sports network. I don't know if someone was brought in from, I don't know, one of the big sports like organizations to kind of help the esports kind of take off. And the thing here is that I think that they're looking at it from an old way of making money. They aren't being innovative. They aren't adapting to the current environment. They're kind of going with an old environment, and I don't think that's going to work here with the esports industry. There's too much, how do I put this? There is too much, there's too much change, but there's also, it's like the environment's changed. The environment of how you sold to advertisers, how you got platforms to hold your tournaments, like it, how is done in esports is so very different than like other sports networks. So they're using old tactics on a new environment, and it's not working. And I think that's kind of causing a lot of issues, because it's like, we need to think about this brand new, because the old ways don't function for the esports industry. Hopes and fears here is the Ace of Wands. They're burning out all their kind of options, it feels like, when it comes to sponsors, but also to, I think, networks that are just willing to work with them. With the Ace of Wands reversed, it makes me feel that we're burning out our options. Like, we are people's, like, the what they've sold, again, is not the reality. Ace of Wands makes me feel that, like, it's just not, they don't feel like there's a passion for this as well. And we're just struggling here in the total sense of just getting people on board with the idea, because we're using old tactics on a new environment. The obstacle, or the unseen obstacle here, is the Ten of Swords. Someone does feel like from the top, or just, there is someone, I think, sabotaging this whole organization. Again, it feels like an implosion needs to happen. There's a sabotaging. People are maybe speaking up about it in a different way. People are looking at it from an old set of values or standards, and you can't look at it in that way. And I'm not sure if there's like a single individual, but someone does feel like they are sabotaging. Ten of Swords is like a backstabbing and betrayal. Someone's sabotaging esports from growing, because we're looking at it from a completely wrong perspective. The challenge here is a King of Wands. This could be a King of Wands, an entrepreneur type energy is always kind of my King of Wands. And it feels like it feels like here, potentially a male, someone has strong fire placements, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. But what I'm seeing here is there's this guy, and he's at a boardroom, and he's trying to spin this great narrative, and people are like, and he's throwing out numbers and this, that, and the other thing, but people aren't excited about it. People are looking at it, it's like, okay, so that's the old model. Or it's like he's going with the old model, and he's kind of like almost sabotaging the growth and future potential, because he's using old models. He's not bringing in, like, this is a new industry, and within this new industry, we have a different way of doing things. And in this different way of doing things, we are not just benefiting you, we're not just benefiting our industry, like our sports, but we're benefiting your network with a new way of doing things, of not just a new way of doing things, but new engagement, new people coming in. We can help bring in revenue to your platform, to your network, to bring in other types of content where people are now looking at your network more. it's like they're looking at this from the completely different, it's like we're looking at it from a completely different angle. And this reminds me of someone that I worked for, who is an entrepreneur. And he had all of his, and like he had one way of how he wanted to present his his business to investors. And in this presenting of this presenting his business to the investors, I was looking over things, and I'm like, because I had known these investors before and worked with them with another group, and I'm like, the things that you're saying here aren't the things that they care about. Like, what you're saying here is stuff that you care about, not what they care about. So if you had things that they care about, like in your pitch deck, they're going to be more excited to work with you. They're going to have more questions because these are the questions that they want answered, because those are the things and mission and values that they care about. So that's what it kind of feels like here, is that this person is kind of just going like, these are the things that they care about, but they aren't pitching their idea to the investors of what the investors care about, even though they got all the money. So you kind of want to, I don't know, put your pitch deck or have your presentation essentially fit customized to that investor's needs. This person is not, which is kind of, I think, leaving a sour taste in investors' mouths. Yeah. All right. What's going for this person, though, or what's going for this industry? A little bit in kind of the things that are like, there is a good young energy of actionable ways that this is increasing, even though this person is sabotaging things. There is a great increase of people out there in the industry in total. This is a brand new start. A lot of people are actionable. A lot of people are interested, and they're getting more people every day. Here in the past, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, someone's really making people not happy with this industry and these people. And then here in the future, we have the Star. So who's ever kind of this King of Wands type of individual, I do feel that they're going to be falling out here soon, which is not a bad thing. I think it's going to be pretty good for the industry, just as then you don't have this person who is kind of coming in and I think ruining a lot of opportunities for other leagues, other esports teams as well. Okay, and then I've been wanting to grab this top tarot card here for a while, and that's the Moon card. So it's it's the Moon. We're having a lot of secrets being revealed again about this industry. I would suspect here maybe within the next year. Yeah, we'll say year. I'll be kind of broad with this one, but it does feel like there's going to be some more exposure of the esports industry as a whole, of things going on behind the scenes, of people who just aren't maybe having the best interests of the esports industry as a whole, and they're kind of just trying to line their own pockets. Like, again, we have that Justice card here. Someone it feels like, is just in it for themselves at the top. All right. So that's what I'm feeling here. It feels like one kind of individual. I don't know who this could be. That's what I'm feeling, though. There's some individual here that is kind of ruining opportunities for others because of, they're just, again, you gotta research the groups that you're going to, see what they actually care about, and tailor your presentation to them. You can't just go in with a blanket one and go from there. Like, I'm sorry. My opinions here. All right. So let's take a look here next at let's look at like what's kind of next here for the esports industry as a whole, like the future of it. And I'm going to end it there. Yeah. So let's take a look at what's kind of the future here of the esports industry. And if you guys have any other questions that you guys would like to see answered, leave them in the comments down below. If you guys like this kind of content, have your own thoughts, opinions, ideas, or even just have your own ideas of readings that you would like to see, also leave those in the comments down below. I really appreciate the engagement. I really appreciate people just putting their own opinions in. I love reading them, and even if they're different from mine, it doesn't mean that you're wrong or that I'm wrong or you're right or that I'm right. It's we all get to have a discussion at the end of the day, right? Okay. And then again, if you guys want to see more content like this, um, feel free to subscribe. I do a lot of pop culture, some true crime. I'm getting more into the sports industry, so I have I got like 5 or 6 videos now just on like sports, whether that's in the NFL, NBA, WNBA. I got the esports industry. I love doing this type of content, so stick around if you would like. All right. Okay, one more big shuffle here. And let's see what's kind of coming up here next for the esports industry as a whole. The Wheel of Fortune. I do see an explosion of this esports industry coming up here in the future. We're going to have it's going to be rocky, it feels like, but definitely a big explosion of it. Getting on more platforms, seeing more people. It's going to be definitely seems to be becoming bigger and more money getting put behind it. Why is this? Because there will be an implosion. The Tower card reverse, but this is a needed implosion where things might have been expanded too big, too quickly, and it's just we're going to need some more restructure. It's just a quick restructure to be bigger because it's like the foundation that it was built on is no good. Financial influences on the situation, slow and steady wins the race. This is going to be an industry that will be increasing over time. Hopes and fears, the High Priestess. I do feel that there is going to be there will always kind of be a little bit of corruption at the top. I think almost any industry has it. My opinions here, doesn't need to be a fact. But with the High Priestess here, it does feel like we're going to be kind of struggling to have some trust amongst this industry, just because I think of this implosion that is coming. And it's like, can we trust this industry? Can we trust the people at the top? Can we trust that this is going in the right direction? I think that's always going to be a background fear within almost any organization. But we'll see what's kind of coming up here with the unseen obstacle, the strength. Strength card. We're gonna have to get vulnerable. I also feel like this is going to be some people are going to need to step down and kind of excuse themselves from the industry, and maybe they've been pinnacles in the industry for a very long time. Maybe these are people who have been like the backbone of it, and it feels like they are going to be stepping down or needing to step down because of maybe allegations coming forward, or of just they need to leave because we need to get some new people in here. We need to get younger blood in here. We need to get more innovation in here, and the old ways of doing things just aren't cutting it anymore. So new people in with the new, out with the old almost. Because, yeah, there's struggles coming here with the internet as well. Six of Swords upright, distance travel, change the internet. So I feel like there's going to be something coming out on the internet. Internet's going to be kind of having like we're going to need to go and have like our cancellation parties. We're going to need to rally behind and make sure that people, places, things are being held accountable. And that's why I think some people are needing to step down in some way, shape, or form. What's going for this industry as a whole here in the future? We have the Emperor. I do see someone kind of stepping in, kind of taking control of it and being a great leader for the industry as a whole, putting it in a direction, being innovative, but being a leader, not a dictator. And really not just empowering a like video game, but the whole industry. There is a revolution coming. Again, with that Wheel of Fortune, a revolution coming in the esports industry. If you guys I would highly recommend, if you are in the esports industry now, if you would like to be, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming up, whether that's as a player, whether that's as a manager, whether that's as just a team. There is going to be a lot of opportunities available coming up. And if you want to get in now, I'd get in here within the next 9 months, because then you're going to be on the ground floor and you're going to have a lot of opportunity to grow in this field, and I think be very successful as well in it. But that would be kind of my advice if you want to get into this industry. Kind of find a little bit of a niche here in the next 9 months, because it feels like there's an explosion afterwards, and being in on the ground floor and having some of that experience in already before it explodes, your value increases. Here in the past, the King of Swords, yeah. Um, Again, there does feel that someone's been talking it up. However, this is also legal issues. There's something that I feel like going on in the background a little bit with the esports industry when it comes to legal matters, legal things. How are they doing stuff? Is it good? Again, I feel like corruption, again, at the highest level. But I don't think that's going to get exposed here. And then here in the future, we have the Five of Swords, uh, which is we're winning, but who have we have to lost along the way? So again, is this going to be like a victory for the esports industry as a whole? Yes, but are there certain people who are just not who you thought were going to be there in this next phase? Are they going to be here? No. I don't know if there are people who have kind of been like pinnacles of the industry that like people really look up to. There are, I don't know, I'm seeing a guy in my and it's like he's older, uh, dark brown hair with like little patches of like salt and pepper, uh, really shaved sides, dark glasses, square, and he might be in like his 40s, 45-ish, and it feels like he's been someone who's been in the industry for a very long time, uh, and I don't know why I'm getting like, is it World of Warcraft or is it League of Legends? Which one is he? League, okay. Maybe that, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I don't need to, and I could be completely wrong. But it feels like maybe someone in the League of Legends arena who's been there for quite a while. And people are like, oh, he's going to take us to our next age. He's going to take us to the next age. And it's like, he's not going to be able to. I don't know what's coming out about this individual, but that's what I'm kind of seeing. So that's what I have here for the esports industry as a whole. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe button if you so would like to. Leave a comment down below if I hit on something or anything that I was thinking or feeling that maybe you guys saw. I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, again, if you guys would like a private reading from me, you can do so using my link down in the description box below. Otherwise, want to see videos like this early and to support me, you can join my memberships if you would so like. Otherwise, thank you so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!